Let me bang. I do let you bang. Hey, let me bang you, Katie, man. I let you bang. I let you bang. Greetings, marrieds and virgins.
Go for Jesus. No for gay Jesus, people.
And I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time once again for your favorite mixed martial arts podcast. Recording out of Los Angeles, California, it's MMA Roasted with Adam Hunter.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
What's up, people? We got a brand new MMA Roasted podcast here with Bill Dawes, one of the funniest, smartest. See, you know, when I compliment you, I want to then all of a sudden like undercut it, but like,
of course.
But mysterious people, shadiest. No, one of the best people I know. How are you, Bill? What's going on? Where are you, in Texas? Are you in LA? What's going on?
I'm in LA right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how is it? I know that you just had a brand new kid, as opposed to like an old kid. But how is it being away? Like, are you getting sleep? Is it weird? Do you miss your child? Talk to me.
I tell you what, I definitely miss my daughter. I definitely and I've never, I guess I'm under a fight class, Jesus, but I never like really, I'm not someone who misses people.
Yeah.
Like in my life, I never be like, did you miss me? I'm always like, nah. But I do miss my daughter. It is like a weird pang in my heart that like, I don't get to see her. You know what I mean? It's weird. I've never felt that before.
Yeah, same here. Whenever I'm away from my kid, I just feel like I'm like messing her up somehow. And
yeah, I know.
I feel like, oh my God, just not. But it's okay. I mean, you're not like in. You got to think people were like in like the military back in the day, or they went to war, or like, you know. I mean, you're away for a couple days, and I would like thank God for FaceTime and this and that, and Mayhem is brushing his teeth wearing a bomber jacket. I don't even know what is going on there. That was very strange, but okay. I feel like if Mayhem came in like a suit, it would be the craziest. Like it's like when the Beastie Boys performed that time, and like I don't know, the MTV Music Awards back in the day, and they were wearing like just full on suits, and that was like crazy because I remember back in the day. This is a whole different tangent, but there was a place called in Rockville Center. It became like a dead shop, like a head shop it was called, but they would sell like cassette tapes. And when I was like in third grade, I'd go and I would like steal one, but I would buy one. Like I had like a conscience. I would like buy one and steal one, right?
Is that really just get a 2-for-1 special at that point?
Right. So I stole like a Beastie Boys tape, because that was like back when the Beastie Boys came out and like they were banned from Saturday Night Live, and it was back at like their first album, which was amazing. And I remember I had a job across the street from there where I would sweep the floors of a place, and I would get paid like in sunglasses. And I didn't know the value of money, so I thought I was actually making money. Anyway, it was Long Beach Road.
Hey! Am I unmuted?
No, you're unmuted. It was like Long Beach Road, and I was weaving. Cars were parked, and I was weaving in between, and a car hit me. I went like 10 feet in the air, and I got knocked out on the ground. And I had baseball cards in my pockets. They all went in the air, all my baseball cards. I had heard kids came, saw me lying there, stole my cards, and left. I can't confirm or deny that because I was like knocked out. But I was in the hospital for 4 weeks. My tooth was in my lip. But the guy who owned the head shop sent me a Beastie Boy poster and a tape. And he said my best customer got hit by a car.
But why did he send the hit on you in the first place?
100%. That's true. That's true. But yeah, so speaking of which, by the way, I want to give it's really, really sad. Tony Baker, who's I've known for years, really good comic. His son got murdered 2 days ago in a hit and run. They were not a hit and run. They were in a parked car on Burbank, or they were turning. I'm fucking up the whole story. Anyway, they were turning the car, and there was speed racing. There was two guys drag racing, and they went into him. It was the kid and like 3 other innocent people died
in the same car.
I think 3 were in a car. 1 was in another car. That was just like a guy sitting in his car and I just smashed into it. So I'm really sorry for Tony Baker. He's a super nice guy. The kid was like 22, 23.
Yeah, 21. Yeah.
Tony's always been a nice guy, a good person, and I'm sorry about what happened. And fucking stop drag racing. I mean,
the street racing, that needs to be like in a district, like that lets it happen and like has safety protocol instead of just letting a dude. I mean, man, it's a lot of corners out there. That's all I'm saying.
I don't understand.
People want to do that. If you have the juiced up car, you want to crank it. You know what I mean? And you know,
it happens on my block all the time. I'm like scared to walk my dog at night.
This is what happens. Yeah.
You know,
this is what happens.
And because I'm right by like the 405 and exit, so it's always like by the exit so they can get on. So when the cops come, they can go on the highway. And it's just like, just stop. Just fucking stop. You want to become a NASCAR driver? Go to fucking learn how to become a NASCAR driver.
Yeah, but who can really go to school? If you got the car already, you know what I mean? Like, they're not like gonna, you know, you have to like devote your whole life to NASCAR driving. You know, you can just do this shit on the weekend and kill somebody's fucking kid.
Yeah, you watch Fast and Furious 9, and then you have a couple beers and you go.
Exactly. Too much Fast and Furious. You know what I mean? Not enough slow and curious.
Well, I can't imagine what's going on with Tony Baker in his life.
Oh God!
Fuck, I know. Nah, I'm trying to put myself in the
career's been blowing up. You know?
Yeah. He does those really funny voices over. He like, you know. By the way, so I took my kid to soccer practice yesterday, right? And we got there early, and she's running right into the net. Like she just runs it. She takes the ball and throws it in because I'm like, no, you got to use your feet. She's like, no. I think it's funnier when she just runs with the ball and throws it in, and then she sits into in the soccer net and goes, "This is my new home." I'm like, no, you don't live. And it's like
she's like an existential baby. Like, what the fuck is going on with that kid, bro? Are you kids smoking weed or like something super like enhanced child? Like, this is my home now.
So then the guy comes, the teacher comes. And she doesn't want to do it anymore. There's like 2 kids show up to the class. I'm like, what? I'm like, you want to go with the bigger kids? No, I don't want to go there. Then she's like, I'm tired. So then I joined the practice because I'm like, all right, if she sees me practicing, she'll want to practice, right? So that's me and this other guy, this the kid, and we're doing like you know, red light, green light,
karaoke's and fucking soccer like corner drill passes.
Yeah, well,
tell me you were doing that with your high socks on.
When it says green, we run, red stop, and yellow slow down, right? We're doing that. So now my daughter, I'm like, hey, come join us. She's just laughing at me while sitting on the chair, thinking this is the funniest thing.
We all are. Like, what the hell, Dad, Bob? Like, you got a damn, oh, my God. God, what are you doing? This is hilarious. You're just jumping in to 4-year-old soccer practice. Red light, green light. I was not ready for it.
2-year-old, 3-year-old. So, because it reminded me of, like, when I was coaching wrestling and there was a kid, one of our best kids, lost, right? His dad was a black belt, came to practice, and all of a sudden the kid didn't show up the next day, and the father came, and he was like, he would help. I'm like, where's Robbie? And he's like, well, Robbie's didn't want to come because he lost. I'm like, well, you're here. He's like, yeah, I can't show him that it's okay to stop going when you lose. And that, to me, taught me a lot. Unfortunately,
that dad would headlock me back in there, I think. Like, fucking just, you know what I mean? It wasn't even a question. Maybe a palm of the face, like.
So then my daughter, was like, I'm like, we could either stay here or go home. And she's like, I want to go home, right? So then I took her home, but I'm like, am I showing her that quitting's okay? Is this like a Simone, you know, what's her name? Like, there's all these thoughts coming through my head. But she's going to be 3 next week. She's still young. I don't want it to not be fun for her.
So she's a goalkeeper now? Is that what you're telling us?
We went home. We didn't even go to practice.
Listen, she wants to play soccer, but she wants to use her hands. There's a position for her. Okay. Yeah. Just put her in front of the box with those big mittens on, right? It's like, daddy,
Yeah, but she'll probably kick it.
Do that one.
Right. But if I tell her to play goalie, she'll want to play the field. Like, she's at that stage of, like, you know. Bill, did I do the right thing by letting her go home?
Look, man, that's the question right now as a dad. Like, how far do you push and how far do you – because I think kids are just dumb, and they should be led every step of the way. And I hate the fact that everyone's like, my child's an indigo child. They're evolved, and they should decide their own whatever. I mean, there are kids now who are identifying it literally as bunnies. Have you heard about the whole bunny thing?
No.
Like, they don't have – yeah, the whole thing. They need to be respected. I feel like when your kid identifies as a bunny, say, hey, dummy, you're not a bunny. You're 8.
Come on.
I identify as a T-21 attack helicopter.
What are you? I think you're like a reformed pit bull, Mayhem, that like
Bro. Listen, I was walking down the street the other day, and then I just took a knee when I saw this cute little pit bull. It licked me inside my nose, and I think I now have pit bull power.
Now, was it like a stray or something?
Nah, it was some lady's dog. He was the cutest dog. He was like, and I was like, I wonder if he's a real pit bull. Man, he got right in my fucking face, dude. It was like shockingly intimate. I was like, hey, pit bull.
I was walking somewhere and I saw like a pit bull that was like loose.
Yeah.
And there was a black guy that was waiting for the bus that was standing on the bus stoop. Like he was like, fuck that. I'm not even going near like he was like, I'm like, is that your dog? He's like, hell no. And
was he going like this? Mr. Worldwide.
No, it wasn't. No, not the rapper Pitbull. And I was gonna take it in, but I'm like, man, if this guy is scared of this fucking dog, like,
man, out of context. Who's on the show today, Adam? Because Jesus Christ, train wreck.
Bryce Meredith. By the way,
Bryce Meredith. Okay, I'm super excited.
You know who that is? You don't even know who that is, do you?
Savage! Oh my God, this dude is muscle bound and handsome. Handsomer than Jake Paul, even.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
He's a good-looking kid.
Flexible, strong. I mean, aggressive. Man, this guy is a monster. You know what? He lost that match on a technicality, whatever the hell it is. So we'll talk about that.
The wrestling match?
Yeah, wrestling match. You know, his MMA career is just starting, right?
Yeah, he's 1-0. He was a plus 3,000 favorite and almost lost his first fucking match.
Listen, the guy fucking dinked him. That guy has some hands. That guy needs to be fucking somebody like somewhere quick. Yeah, he's dope. Yeah, he's dope too. Like they put those. They didn't give him an easy ass fucking journeyman.
Yeah, the guy had like 20 fights.
The guy had hammers. Like he
the guy had like 20 fights too. He had 20 fights. Yeah. I don't understand why people think it's a good idea to get a guy who's like, well, Pico did that. Aaron Pico, a guy who's 0-0, never fought. You throw him a guy who's like, even if he's like 9-8, that still has, guy has 17 fucking fights.
But listen, it goes back to UFC 1, bro. If you're an elite wrestler, or you claim to be, and you are, we think you are, right? They're going to put you against an elite kickboxer who does not know how to wrestle.
Fight number one?
Yeah, it happens, yeah. I mean, that's the business. Like, bro, the fuck what? You want the easy ass road for all the wrestler boys?
I don't, but I think
it's not going to happen.
First 3 or 4 fights should be against guys that are like have as little experience as you, kind of. And
not really. Well, yeah, if you have 20 years of wrestling experience.
Good point. You're making solid points. At the same time, at the same time, like Aaron Pico's first fight was at Madison Square Garden against a guy that was like 10-6, and he lost. And now he's doing great, but he basically went into the amateurs as a pro. You know, like if I think it's important to have amateur fights. Some of these wrestlers don't want to have amateur fights, and I think that's an issue. Or boxers.
Well, because they view their wrestling matches as fights, they kind of think that way a lot of times. Well, no, not always.
Yeah.
Like I figure guys think, okay, well, a wrestling match, that's like a fight with no punches. Like it is a fight. So you got, 6 minutes to make something happen, right? Okay, so MMA is much different, 5-minute rounds especially, right? Yeah. That's like one whole period. That's basically a whole match for you if you're just wrestling, right? But the pace of MMA is very different. The pace of MMA.
Also, I think the thoughts going through your head, too, of like, I can get knocked out.
But after a while, that just is natural. Like you realize where to stay out of the zone. You know what I mean? Like,
but I'm saying that's with experience. If you have no
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. But so what I'm saying is that if a guy can't get by a dude like a bunch of kickboxing fights and no wrestling experience, if he can't use his art to beat somebody who can only punch and kick, I mean, that's a fair fight. If you got 10 years of kickboxing, right? And you got 10 years of wrestling, all right, well then there you go. That's fucking pretty fair. That's like UFC 1.
Yeah, I know, but we're also assuming that the guy's got 10 years of kickboxing. I'm saying a lot of these guys are going up against guys who are just like mixed martial artists.
But I would wager to the guy that who were you talking about before? Bryce
Pico. Bill, what were you saying, Bill?
You're saying this was his first MMA fight, was a pro bout?
Yeah, a lot of these guys, of these wrestlers, they don't do amateurs. I mean, look, there's a whole argument against amateur fighting in general because there are guys that like get permanently fucking injured amateurs.
Yeah.
And then they didn't even get paid. there's a lot of bullshit amateur promotions that like will throw in a fucking monster against you, and and also you're not getting paid. You're doing it for free. You're making some promoter money. You're not even paying for your camp. And then there are guys that like I read an article a while back in Vegas. A guy basically like fucking brain started bleeding. It was just bad. It was all the commission's bad. So there's an argument against amateur fighting. However,
same thing with football, right? Like take your senior year off because you could get fucked up your senior year and never play again. You might as well go into the draft early, you know?
But at the same time, and there are guys who spend too much time with the amateurs. They spend there's guys who are like professional amateurs in some ways. They had 30 fucking amateur fights. You're like, all right, we get it, but at the same time, I think that like when you're throwing in, as a wrestler, when you're throwing in kicks, and a lot of these wrestlers like Bryce or Pico, they fall in love with striking right away. It's the new toy. So they get in there, they go, I can't wait to knock somebody the fuck out. And then, other guys like Chad Mendez, who kind of their first 10 fights were just WrestleFacts. But anyway, let's talk about a couple things. Mayhem, you were hilarious last week because I blocked you on Twitter, and then you posted that I blocked you. So just so you know.
I just wanted to be transparent with the United States of America. I've come back under duress to MMA Roasted.
So what happened was Mayhem was back in the day. He was, before he went to jail the second time or the third, whatever time, he came on one of my Zoom shows, started heckling me.
No. That's not the way it happened, okay? What happened was you had some poor girl on the Zoom show just dying. And I was like, man, let me just help her out and fucking fuck up the whole show right now. She was like, talking into her hairbrush or something. You know what I mean? She felt awkward. I felt fucking awkward. And I realized that, hey, I'm unmuted.
Okay, so you were drunk yelling Adam Hunter's penis into a fucking show.
Oh, I said, Adam Hunter's penis!
For no fucking reason.
Adam Hunter's
While
penis!
you were like drinking a 40 in a 7-Eleven or something. It was like you were,
PM, first of all. Okay.
What?
Irvine doesn't have no fucking like 7-Eleven on the corner.
And you were, and it was like Adam Hunter's penis while your little friend was giggling in the corner. I was like, you know what? I don't need any of this shit.
We were tag teaming you, bro. He was saying penis. He was saying penis. We were like Run DMC of penis.
For the record, that sounds like an actually funny Zoom show for one.
It was worth it. It was worth it. I got blocked on Twitter.
It wasn't the same Mayhem right now. Like, it was basically
kind of the same Mayhem.
It was all right. Okay, so I was like, I'm done with this guy. Like, so then I blocked you, and then when you were like, I forgot how many things I blocked you on. Like, I blocked you on like Farmers Only, like things that we're not even friends on.
Wow.
So I unblocked you, and just so you know. By the way, you went to Bellator last week. I got you tickets, or you got tickets. What happened? Did you go?
Nah, allegedly, I was there.
Oh, you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to
What? Why would that be something you'd hide?
Okay.
There's no photographic evidence to prove.
Okay. All right. So if you would like,
I'm just kidding. It was fucking awesome. A milli.
All right. So you.
Oh my God. $1 million never came so easy to AJ McKee.
Now, how was it for you to be? This is the first time you've been in a MMA, like a huge event in a while.
Yeah, I was like in there and out of there like a ghost, bro. Like I wasn't really like.
Why?
Signing autographs. I don't know, because just that's their show. That was AJ.
But did you get did you get the butterflies? Did you get the yearning to be back in that cage? Did you?
Yeah, I mean, of course. Like this feels like nice. This area. You know what I mean? This warm, fuzzy space in the center of the room where everybody watch you bleed. Yeah, and you bleed. Oh man, it's exciting. And to see AJ, the $1 million, after taxes, they're gonna chop that shit up, motherfucker.
Well, the guy made it look easy. I mean, the fact that Pitbull
is an animal. I know, for real. How do we not Pitbull it earlier, Pitbull? Have you been writing Pitbull jokes all day? I just started writing them.
I actually wrote one for Pitbull that he did on SportsCenter because Snoop.
Do it as him. Do it as him with the accent. Go.
No, it was like he said something like Snoop Dogg said he was going to lose, and I'm like, Snoop Dogg, if you ever boxed, it'd be your first hit in 20 years or something. So I wrote that for him, and then it fucking blew up, went viral. And then everyone's like, Pitbull's the funniest comic. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm super happy for AJ. He says that basically he wants to renegotiate and that there aren't many guys from the beat in Bellator, I want to see him in the UFC.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it, right? That's the natural progression. I'm sorry, Bill, to step on you.
I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
He's unbelievable. Have you guys been watching the college wrestling at all? I mean, the Olympic wrestling.
Well, I'll be honest.
I didn't know it started. Fuck.
I saw that woman win the gold medal, and this is not like a comment or anything. I literally thought, I was like, why does that guy have like that hairstyle? I was like, that's a weird hairstyle for a guy. And I had no idea she's a very attractive woman. I'm not saying anything, but I was confused at first. But she won the gold, and she was awesome. She was very
she was a badass. She's a badass, super super good. This guy Gable Stevenson, I remember watching him in college wrestling, and he was like a heavyweight bully. Like he was like, they were saying he's the next big thing. I think his freshman year he took 3rd or 4th, but then he went to the Olympics instead of a sophomore year. The guy is a fucking monster. He's in I think he's in the finals tonight. He hasn't had a point scored on him. He won 10-0 and 5-0, and he's a bully. He could do backflips, like full-on backflips after he wins. Like I think he's like half black, just a fucking beast.
Amazing.
Best. And this guy, his parents obviously knew wrestling. He was named Gable, and he's just murdering people. And he wants to go into the WWE, which is
really?
Yeah, he's friends with Brock. He went to University of Minnesota. I want to see how he would do MMA though. Because this dude he's next level.
So you're talking about Thomas Gilman? Wait.
Thomas Gilman won. This guy Gable Stevenson.
Man, Risako Kawaii.
No, let me see.
From Japan, bro. From Japan. I'm looking at the pictures right now. You know, that's how they –
Adam, did he win a medal?
He's going tonight.
For what medal? The gold?
For the heavyweights, for the gold.
Oh shit!
And he's a mean dude. Like he's like one of these dudes that like basically like he was telling the guy here. I'll show you. Let me see if I could share this. Hold on.
Cool.
So this is the kind of athleticism this dude has. He's next level, dude. And he was like, and he's kind of an asshole too. So not an asshole, but like a mean. Like he was like, come on, come back here, kind of thing. Like he was. So, all right. So, can you guys see?
Yeah, I can see it.
Right here. This is the kind of athleticism this dude has. I'll show you, guys.
Oh, man, he's just going to do a backflip, huh? I want to see this motherfucker, like, do what the shit?
Holy shit.
Simone Biles ain't got shit on this big man.
Oh, that's why you want to show up
Gable Stevenson.
Just to watch that man warm up.
That's a lifetime of being on the mat right there, man. Oh, my God. How about show me him slamming somebody on their head? Because that dude looks like a damn.
Hold on.
He looks like the peak perfection of fitness.
How do I stop the share?
I don't know, man, but that shit is real annoying. I hope we get copyright struck and taken down. Right. Oh, Bill Dawes hung up. That's how much that annoyed everybody.
Hold on. Gable Stevenson highlights. Hold on.
Yeah, thanks, bud. Are we going to get YouTube taken down, though? It's going to be someone else's bullshit. We got to, like, put your hand in front of it or something.
It'll be worth it. I just want to show you, like, this freaking...
The Olympics, bro. You don't want to fuck with the Olympics, dude. You get screwed.
But this is college.
They'll take that mirror right off the back. They'll take it down.
My whole squad's in here walking around the party, a cross between a zombie apocalypse and Bobby.
Can you guys see?
Oh, that was dope, bro. Oh, yeah, no Eminem, though. You're going to get taken down, bro. Ooh, nice. Nice. All right, let's see this motherfucker. Oh. Give me that leg. Get on the ground. Yeah. Little hip bump. Little showman, huh? Yeah, he's over it. This guy is a fucking beast, huh? He wears everybody out, huh? These are like late round stuff that he's doing. I'm normal during the day, and I turn to a monster. When the moon shines like ice road trucker, I look like a
Hold on, I'm trying to get up.
You look magnificent. Don't get me wrong.
All right, so I mean, what do you think? How good would that guy be in MMA? Jason?
Who knows? How's he do getting punched in the face? And how much can he learn to dance now? You know what I mean? Like, does he have a mindset of can he just be a wrestler? You know what I mean? Can he, learn a new round off, learn a new backflip. You know what I mean? Double leg, like different from standing up high. Low singles. Like it's a different sport with no shoes.
So you're coaching that guy. What's the first thing you do?
Oh man, just give him like a overall test of like knowledge of how he thinks he should fight, kind of. That way I know where I'm starting from. Like, all right, show me your stance. Show me if you're gonna fight this bag right here or this dude. You know what I mean? Put your hands up and move around. So I can watch their footwork and what they think about fighting. To depend on like what stage I have to start him at. You know what I mean? Some like that guy knows how to move. Like he won't. He'll already have kind of a wrestling stance. I'm like, yo, give me your wrestling stance, and then bring it up like half foot. You know what I mean? Like stand up more straight so you can punch and kick. Yeah. But some people don't even know how to walk. You know what I mean? So, you got to start from square one.
Are there people who, in terms of like having a chin, are there people who have a natural? Is that a genetic thing?
I think so. Yeah, there's something about a thick ass fucking head. You know what I mean? Like
train that. Can you train your neck to be able to like?
The Polish, like in Poland, the best thing I think I took out of there was an elbow. But there's also another thing where you do the workout before practice. You lay on the ground and everybody counts 30. I think I learned how to count in Polish, but I don't remember how. Okay, but it's like, 30 this way, 30 this way, you know what I mean? 30 this way and 30 this way, and you just keep going around the circle. Everyone's laid down.
How do you not, like, for a guy like that, right? Because I feel like there's like two schools of coaching, and I'm with the second. I think there's like the Coach Edmond school of coaching where you like break the guy down and build him back up. It seemed like he was doing that with Rondo a little bit, and it was like, ugh. And then there's like maybe the Greg Jackson of like, let's work with your strengths and let's see what we can do. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, kind of a thing. How do you, like, a guy like that, how would you use his wrestling as an advantage, basically?
Oh, man. I mean, this would be all day getting in on that single. Like, that would be the first something, like showing him different looks, like guys that do hooks, guys that throw uppercuts, guys who throw kicks. Show him all that variety over the course of a training camp, and then like have him find where to catch that single leg. Because that's sick that he can just grab a dude's leg and yank it up. Like even a guy's fighting with all his might the other way, you just bring it up to here. This is an impressive skill. Like throw that away would be, silly.
They said he's like a 125-pounder in a heavyweight body.
That's what I mean. Yeah, he moves real fluid, like sharp. Cain Velasquez in the younger days, like. It
kind of reminds me of a little bit of a hybrid between Cormier and Velasquez.
Right? I know. It's some kind of weird genetic mutant variant that was born in San Jose out of the sewers of the street.
I mean, as much as like I'd be happy for him, and I'm sure WWE fans would love him.
That would be a safe-ass career. You don't got to really fucking – I mean, you got to get hit and take damage to make the show look really good. It's fucking, WWE. But I think that the injuries in that sport are more predictable. In MMA, like you don't know what the fuck can happen. It's a little more difficult being unscripted.
I wonder which is a harder career though, because like you go like what 300 days out of the year in WWE.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's where the injuries come from, like overuse injury.
Yeah. So we got
people commit suicide. I mean, it's pretty fucking reckless.
It seems like a lot of the older guys. I feel like they may have made it a little better now.
A lot of motherfuckers made it to the other side. Ric Flair's still, woo! You know what I mean? Like, he's out there, So, like, I just, like, just happy to see that kind of thing. Who do we got on the show?
We have a guy right now, Bryce Meredith.
This is him? Oh, yeah. Man, bro, you changed your style, bro. You look totally
what's up
right now, bro. You look perfect.
Oh,
my God. Oh, darky, huh?
Right,
oh, my God. It's frosted. Look at his chin. Adam. Oh, my God.
Bryce, you're here with Mayhem Miller. You know Mayhem Miller? Bryce?
I think so.
Right, he used to host Bully Beatdown. He was in the UFC.
Oh, yeah.
He was
in is that what I'm talking
fucking head. And now nobody recognizes me at all because I shaved my – yeah, exactly. God bless you.
You're also with Bill.
Hey, man, you're looking good. The bald head's good.
Thanks.
Yeah, I like it too. Looks good. Got a good dome.
I'm cosplaying as my favorite character.
So Bryce Meredith is a guy that I used to watch. I'm not as big as a wrestling fan as I should, but I always watched the NCAAs. And every year I'd watch this kid from Wyoming. He was like the only guy on the team that would always make the finals every time. Just kick ass in the NCAAs. And now he's made the transition to pro. One of the greatest college wrestlers out there. And now, how does it feel to be a pro, man? A pro fighter?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy. I kind of joke since I got paid a little bit in wrestling and now I got paid in MMA. I'm a two-sport athlete. So if anybody wants to come at me. No, I'm just
I want to sponsor you for paddle boarding.
Hey, there you go. Paddle boarding, surfing.
Off.
Hey, I can take it off.
No.
You guys want to do it for the Zoom?
No.
Now you were obviously a monster in wrestling. How did it feel to have your first LFA fight?
Man, it was good. I was surprised how similar it felt, to be honest. I thought I was going to get some crazy different feelings or emotions or rush, but I think maybe just the fact that I put a lot of pressure on all my wrestling matches, and it's kind of like I've always thought it's do or die in a wrestling match as well. I know fighting, 2 weeks out, you're like, shit, I hope I don't get kicked in the face. So your brain does a little bit more stuff, but it felt way more similar than I thought. And honestly, man, I always say, I just feel like I'm a drug addict for experiences. I just want to feel experiences, right? I just want to feel new things. And there's not a lot of people in this world that are ever going to say that they got to feel an experience of getting actually locked into a cage, fighting a guy. It's not a bar fight. It's not like you're juiced up on liquor and mad at somebody. It's something where you're focused, you train for it. And that's quite a different experience than what most people get to feel. So as a human, I'm like, let's do it, man. Let's keep doing stuff like that.
Now, there was a lot of pressure on you. You were a minus 3,000 favorite.
He's got the neck.
Yeah. What's that? Is that his fight?
Yeah. I was trying to watch this Joker.
Okay. So, all right. So you were a minus. I'll unmute you, but you were a minus 3,000 favorite going in. Obviously, you got a lot of pressure on you. You think maybe you were a little too striking heavy because you got caught. And you scared the shit out of me. What was that like, getting caught?
So, I mean, I think it goes two ways, right? I think a lot of my coaches and a lot of, people that are watching, they were like, man, I'm actually very impressed that you try to throw hands as long as you did. And, that's really cool to see because most of the time when we watch wrestlers, they run out there, they throw one punch and they do a takedown and then they ground and pound. So they're like, that was really cool to see you being brave enough to do that because we don't see that a lot in wrestlers. But then they're like, but also don't forget, you spend a lot of time wrestling. Don't fucking do too much. You know what I mean? But for me, all right, I understand that losing and you have to protect your record in MMA and all these kinds of stuff, right? But I think people are so afraid of losing in MMA. They drop out of fights. They do this, they do that. They're so afraid of losing. Where for me, I've been training at that time. My last wrestling match was December 18th. I fought 5 months later. I'm doing my first professional fight against a guy that has 11 pro fights, 5 first-round finishes. I'm going out there. I don't think he's obviously not a world beater. I'm going to go try to figure out how I got to throw hands against somebody that's a little bit lower level because if I go out there and I take somebody down in my first 4 fights, 3 fights, whatever, and I beat the shit out of them, you're going to run into somebody that it's pretty hard to take them down, and then you're going to get pulled into the striking game. And if you've never done it in a real fight, it's going to surprise you.
Why do you think you got caught in that first round with that shot?
I think I didn't respect his hands really at all. So
I know, specifically.
Yeah, so I specifically. Yeah,
what did you do wrong?
I threw my right hand and I was switching stances right in front of him and right when he was backing up, and that's kind of what happened. I was like, oh, I'm gonna hit him. Oh shit, he's far away, and so I'm switching stances right in front of him, right in the pocket.
Was it a check hook or was it a cross?
Yeah, it was like they even call it like a windshield wiper. Like it was thrown from his hip. So, I really didn't see it at all, which, that's my fault too. But it also did come from a weird angle. Because at first I got really mad. You know what I mean? I was really mad at myself. But then I was like, Well,
you said it yourself. The guy has 10, 11 fights, right? So
yeah,
specifically, so he's been in there throwing hands for 10 times longer than you. You know what I mean? And so he knows these little tricks. And he knows take advantage of when you switch stance,
Absolutely.
He was savvy. He was crafty. But it was nice to see you affect the rest, clear your head, wake up, and fucking get to wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was good. We all know you're a wrestler, bro. The whole world is going to go, oh, shit. This guy is going to try to take me down because you should be dumping guys on their head. That's your skill set. You know what I mean? And, in the meantime, figure out boxing, kickboxing. Figure it out, boy.
Were you nervous when he had you in a guillotine?
It wasn't that tight, and then I remember once he figured forward my body, I kind of looked up or whatever, and I could see the time, and there was 3.5 minutes left, and I go, fuck, I don't really want to be here for 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
It wasn't that tight, but I was like, I don't want to be here for 3.5 minutes, so we better start getting out of this. So that was more, just because as a wrestler, we don't have people on our throats for 3.5 minutes at a time. That's more a jiu-jitsu thing. I feel like still, even to this day, I get a little claustrophobic almost sometimes when I'm in there if somebody's on my throat for a little bit too long. So now it wasn't that it was tight, but I was just and I knew he's a 5'11" guy. All his five first-round finishes are, from guillotines and stuff. And so I said, let's not get put in a guillotine. And then when I was right in the fucking guillotine, I'm like, dang it.
Fucking everything that could go wrong. Everything that could go wrong went wrong.
Yeah,
But you won though, man.
Yeah,
you got the
job,
win.
man.
And you got a lot of experience out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. And
those are training camps for MMA, bud.
And it shows your heart. Now you're at the MMA lab. You're with O'Malley, Ben Henderson, that other Casey Kenny, Kyler Phillips. You got some badasses with you. What's it like training with O'Malley?
So O'Malley is to the point where he kind of does his own thing minus how do I put this? He's only there half the time. You know what I mean? Because the other half the time he's kind of doing his own thing with his own striking coaches and stuff. But he's a really nice guy.
Have you never been working with him though? Because O'Malley is body type of that guy that you fought. It was
yeah. But like I said, O'Malley's not coming in and giving me rounds. It's his camp. So when it's his camp, he's doing it. But he does a lot of jiu-jitsu and stuff most of the time. So we roll a lot more than
that's what I'm saying. You definitely get with them, bro. That's
absolutely.
a great training partner. Yeah.
Yeah. But you know how people are when my main training partners are the Casey Kennys, the Kyler Phillips, and other people like that. So you know what I mean? Those guys.
Was it humbling for you at all, to go into a camp where you're so good at one thing, then you gotta kind of start from ground zero and learn everything else?
Yeah, man. And also I'm not a crazy fan of UFC or MMA. I watch it a lot and I really enjoy it. So when I first got there, I wasn't really sure how good these guys actually were, and they were really fucking good. So I was like, whoa, what's going on here? You know what I mean? I'm like, these people are that good. And then everybody's like, yo, dude, they're you have 3 guys that are top 20 in the UFC on your team. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that makes a lot more sense then. You know what I mean? Because how it is it's not point wrestling anymore. You know what I mean? It's it's a different kind of control. They don't have shoes on. That was really surprising. Not being able to finish single legs with the shoes on. The cage obviously is a completely different thing. Of course, you can get hit in the head, but naturally you knew those ones going into it. I think the shoes and the cage were really, really surprising to me.
Well, they said the same thing about you, by the way, because I asked, what's it like wrestling with them? And they're like, dude, there's nobody in the world better. They said this. They said the same thing about you. They said that you fuck them all up wrestling, and that it's not fun to wrestle against you. So
that's nice of them.
I mean,
so Bryce, what discipline do you want to expand the most with? Is it your kickboxing, your Muay Thai, your jiu-jitsu? What do you look at and go, this is where I'm weakest?
I mean, naturally, you would have to say just my kickboxing, just because I haven't done anything. And jiu-jitsu and wrestling are similar enough, so you kind of pick up on it. But, I mean, it's gotten to the point nowadays where it is mixed martial arts. It used to be you could be a wrestler with good boxing and pretty much get away with it. But now everybody's so good everywhere. So,
Bryce, welcome to the 21st century.
I know. But, so.
Wait, did you guys just get Wi-Fi out there? Just Wyoming, you guys get a cable 56K?
Hey, man.
Welcome to Wyoming, bitch.
Out on the ranch, baby. We don't have Wi-Fi.
I knew you had it in you. Well, man, I'm coming to Jackson Hole pretty soon, bud. I'll see you up there.
Hey, that's like the New York of Wyoming. That's New York City.
Exactly.
Wow.
That's a beautiful place.
Speaking of Wyoming, so in high school you were a 4-time state champion. Then you go to college and you're 15-6 as a freshman, but you're not in the starting lineup. That was at NC State, right?
No, that's actually not true. So sometimes that story gets a little bit twisted.
What happened?
So I was the starter at 133, and then I was a starter all year at 133, and then at 141 was this kid named Sam Spino, and then Kevin Jack. And Kevin Jack was actually, second string or red shirt, whatever you want to say. And then Sam Spino got mono a month before nationals, and that's when Kevin Jack stepped in, and then he All-American. So I was never even at 41. Me and they like kind of hyped the story up in a different manner than it actually was, right. Because I actually was on my way of transferring before he even All-American.
It said you got homesick and that you were like crying every day. And what happened? I mean,
no, man. Honestly, the coaches were actually very surprised when I said I want to go home because they were like, "What? You seem like you like it out here. Like you seem like you've been having fun." And I'm like, I do, and I love those coaches. I love it, but for me, I feel like I left because the idea of leaving. Oh, you have to go somewhere else. Oh, you have to go to this East Coast school. You have to do this. And even on my visit, I knew I was making the decision for the wrong reasons. I was just doing it because I felt like I needed to do it. Right. And then so once I got out there my freshman year, I look back at home. I got all my friends that are non-wrestlers going to the University of Wyoming, all my wrestling friends that were on the team, my family. And I'm like, why am I out here just like wasting – because like you're creating a whole life in college, right? Like it's an important 5 years of your life. And I'm like, why am I creating a life out here that I don't actually care about when I could be back home with the people that I actually enjoy?
I'm still in college, bro, every day.
Right?
I had a very similar experience. But now as a sophomore, you go from being ranked 31 in the country to number 5. You enter the NCAAs as a 14th seed and took second.
Yeah.
You proved everybody wrong. And then you lost to Dean High Heel in the finals, but you were up. But then they called a stalemate. What a bunch of and stalling on you.
I know.
What a bunch of bullshit that was.
Yeah, there was a couple of positions that, I wish it could have gone a little bit differently, or the ref could have let it play it out a little bit differently, but whatever. Fuck it. You know how it is.
But moving on. We're moving on from that.
Well, this guy has like the worst. He has like the best worst luck because then he goes against this guy against Tanalost, right?
Yeah.
Tanny, you were up 5-4, and then it looked like you got the reversal the last second, and then they didn't fucking give that to you.
No, I got cradled right at the end.
They're fucking hating on the Chads. That's what it is.
Yeah,
that's what this is all about.
Then
fuck that guy.
Chads. This guy's
Ivy
2
League,
handsome
Cornell.
and 2 from Wyoming.
Yeah.
Ivy League, fuck motherfuckers.
Then you go up against a guy, Yanni Yanni, who's like the best wrestler in the world right now.
Yeah.
This guy's a 2-time world champion, 4-time state champion.
I was surprised you made the weight. Kind of like you look fucking hulky compared to that guy.
Yeah,
that's what a lot of people said.
Maybe you're just spread out. Like he's a shorter human, Like you're like.
I only was like 149, 150 in college to 141. So it really wasn't that bad. I'm like a lean 149, but still, it wasn't. Everybody always like, damn, what the hell are you cutting from? And I'm like,
yeah. No, he's just like, look, maybe the camera adds 10 pounds on you and his olive skin doesn't come off right. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just like, you look pretty juiced up, like, raw. He ran a couple times. It was nice to see. Like,
I was on EPOs. EPOs,
nice. You swell up, you're going to poke you with a balloon and you'll pop.
Popped out.
Man.
No, but then your senior year, you got against Yanni, you're undefeated, you're up 4-2, and then like 1 minute left, you got fuck, like you're right there, man. I mean, you're obviously you're right there. I mean,
for sure.
I mean, but now he's right here, bro. It's at the beginning of his MMA career. Okay, got 1-0. He's doing it. He's living the dream right now. He's transitioned, bro. It's crazy. Like we've seen it before our eyes. He went from a wrestler to a mixed martial artist.
Hold on. Now we have to watch some of your highlights, and
bro, that was the perfect time. You should have let that music play, bro. Edit that shit.
You got to show me some of this, dude. All right, so because some of these moves, I'm a wrestling coach, and I'm like, I don't even know how to teach this. Like, I told you I was up. So, by the way, Bryce canceled on me 9 weeks in a row on the podcast.
Cool. No, you did too.
And I was up like for 6 hours watching these moves, going, how the fuck did he get this? Look at this monster.
Bro, I'm trying to bump that music, bro. What's wrong with you? Turn it up.
Bump that shit.
Hold on. So, I mean, the guy didn't even shoot on you.
Man,
how did you take him down from a...
You just goomed him on the ground. Oh, my God.
You love running this. You have an arm bar.
This is a dick half, by the way. Yeah, Spradle or something. What is this called?
That's an armbar half. That's all I run.
Yeah. Oh, my God. You wrenched the damn... The cops did that shit to me before.
Yeah, you ran the armbar half on all these people, dude. Like, made it look easy, Bryce.
Hey, man, you bring me out for a clinic for your club.
He's Fortniting him right now.
Teach it up.
He's Fortniting him. Again, look, T straight. Oh, Jesus, beast. You're now fighting yourself like Bruce Lee.
Look, I mean, you got the other armbar, and then you go to half, and then you stack them.
Man, how do you make this style up, dude? Like, that's some weird thing you're doing, bud. Like, that's cool, man. You bar the arm up and then just rub. Man, you do that. And jump behind is slick, too. Yeah. That's nice, bro. Do-si-do.
Do-si-do. Bob and weave, stick and move.
Yeah, right? Yeah, you're fluid with this.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, you can learn to box, bro. You can learn to kickbox like that. If you it's like you made up your own style, sort of, in wrestling already.
You got the arm bar, and you're running the half on the other side.
Yep. That's mostly what I'm always... There's a couple little tricks, too, that I can show you someday. But
here's an escape. Oh, nice. Man, that was gymnastic. Oh, that, too. Yeah, that was great, man. These are so fluid.
And don't forget, this is all college. This isn't high school. I don't even know what that is. What was that?
I don't know what that was either.
Yeah.
What is this? Oh.
Nice.
That's when I scramble. I try to get up between the middle of the legs, honestly. That's like my goal.
You beat the NC State guy, bro? That was where I went to wrestling camp.
Hey, man. I went to NC State.
I think we
looks like
still be friends.
So Jason, hello?
Yeah,
what after watching some of those highlights, what advice would you give to this
I mean, look, we got a great wrestling day. We already know that. We're not telling nothing we don't know with that video, except that, like, the specific techniques used are beautiful, like he's got it down, But, mixed martial arts is different. There's going to be higher body lock takedowns involved. You know what I mean? Getting into a single is a transition to, like, getting to the waist a lot of times, or to punching. There's a lot of variety that you can throw in with your God-given talents and your hard-earned skill, where you can develop your own style of mixed martial arts. Everyone pretty much does over the course of your training, learning from different senseis, and suddenly you get yourself a skill set. And it sounds like you've landed into a good camp, although one guy's the star of the camp. It's kind of hard to No,
that's just that's his own thing. He's not the star of the camp. He's basically like a...
Okay, great.
I also want to put it this way too, man. There's two guys that are ranked higher on my team than O'Malley right now, which is crazy, right? He's the star, and like I said, I enjoy O'Malley. He's been a great guy, but I got two guys on my team that are currently ranked higher.
Who?
Which is fucking Kyler Phillips and Casey Kenny.
Wow.
Or were in the last 2 months.
And then you also have Ben Henderson as one of your head coaches.
Yeah, Benson Henderson, Jared Cannonier's out there too, man. There's some.
Yeah, but if you can't learn MMA in there, you know what I mean? I don't know what you're doing, all right?
Exactly, bro.
Now, Bryce, how hard – now, a lot of your stuff I would assume is like very funk-based, it looked like. A lot of have you picked up jiu-jitsu pretty easily?
Yeah. It's good.
If I start in your guard, how long is it going to take you to stand up?
I don't know. You're pretty good. I don't know.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying if I let you.
Well, okay, so this is how I like doing MMA grappling, right? Where when I actually got my gloves on. I don't like just doing straight up jiu-jitsu where I'm rolling around on my neck and shit, which is good. I mean, we do it sometimes too, but I really enjoy MMA grappling, where it's kind of wrestling, it's kind of punching. Yeah, it's kind of that, because that's what I'm trying. I'm not trying to become the best jiu-jitsu player in the fucking world. I don't care. about jiu-jitsu like that. But
listen, you're throwing away a shit ton of techniques then. Because if you don't you get on people's backs so good. It'll be a shame for you not to learn how to snatch his neck and choke him. It'll be a shame for you not to learn.
All right, let him take Jason. He's our guest. I invited him on the show.
I know, but I'm like getting fired up right now. This guy hates jiu-jitsu. This guy fucking hates jiu-jitsu now.
That's not what I said. I did not. I said I don't want to be the best jiu-jitsu player in the world.
I think you could be if you wanted. That's all I'm saying.
Well, thanks. No, I appreciate that. I love jiu-jitsu. I think it's great.
But what were you saying, Bryce, before you got interrupted, please?
I'm just saying I really enjoy MMA grappling, and I really enjoyed using wrestling and fighting and jiu-jitsu all at the same time, where it's, you know what I mean? Because it is different where, I don't know. I actually don't know where I was at before that.
What type of submissions would you like to get, as a jiu-jitsu guy or just as a submission wrestler? What do you go for?
Back control is one that I've really tried to get very good at. I think back retention, which, you know what I mean, staying on people's back is very, very it's more difficult in jiu-jitsu because they can use their back and start sliding out and doing all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to learn a lot of back retention, and then front headlock choking, where it's anaconda, darces, all that kind of stuff. Just because I'm always trying to wrestle, I'm trying to snap them back into front headlocks, and I'm trying to keep them there in a bad position. So for me, that's where I've really, really enjoyed. And then a lot of defense too. People are very good at heel hooks and leg locks and everything like that. So now you have to play that game. I mean, even Dillashaw, right, against Corey Sandhagen, he got his knee popped, in the first period. So it's like you cannot neglect anything anymore, and that's kind of what. I know you guys probably are wanting more specific answers, but it's literally every single day we are working on so many important certain things. It's like, twice a day, every single day we are doing either jiu-jitsu or striking or wrestling and striking. And it's good. It's been fun.
Now, how was Egypt? Why were you in Egypt?
We just went. So there's only a couple days of the year that you're allowed to skydive over the pyramids. And so a couple of my friends were, they were really big on that and they wanted to go. So we're like, let's send it. And then we went out there. It was really fun. Egypt's a really beautiful place, but everything is 6 hours away. So it's like you see the pyramids, then you got to drive 6 hours to the next temple. Then it's 6 hours to the next one. So it's if you're going to go.
You're always snowboarding and skydiving. As your coach, he must have a heart attack.
Yeah, I think sometimes they don't like it. That's for sure. but hey, man, it's one of those things, at the right time, I don't do it. Obviously, if I'm in camp or whatever and I have the right things to do, but also some people, they need their outlets. And I think that's one of my outlets that if I'm not doing that, even in college, I tell my college coaches, I got to go do this shit. Because in college, they really try to control you. When you're in MMA, you're an adult. You pick what you want to do at the end of the day. But
Bryce, you're a fighter. You're one of the best wrestlers. You got the hottest chick I've seen in a while, other than my wife. Okay, she came to my show. This chick was out of a amazing body, pretty, cool. You go on her Instagram, it's all just her. She's one of those Instagrams, Bill. Where you're like, man, who has this life?
What's her Instagram?
And of course, she's with Bryce. You're still with the same girl, right?
Yes, yeah, I am. Okay. Yeah, keep hyping her up. I'll show her this.
Very, very attractive woman. I had to avoid eye contact. That one of those.
Yeah.
Wow. You have to not even look at her.
Adam, how's your baby?
She's great. I have a little baby. Great. I'm going to take her to gymnastics today.
Nice.
So I'm excited about that. Thank you, man. Thank you very much, Bryce.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, does she want to wrestle? Adam, does she want to wrestle?
I don't think she wants to. She wants to tickle. We start wrestling, and then she goes, tickle fight. I don't know. I'm going to try to get her into wrestling. By the way, what did you think last night of? Speaking of wrestling, I was surprised. Oh yeah, man. Kyle Dake losing 10-0.
Gosh.
Do you think he just got
I think 163 is a lot lower than he thinks, right? So 74 kilos is 163 pounds. That is, I weigh 155 pounds right now. So that guy weighed in 8 pounds heavier than me and has to wrestle an hour later. That's freaking low, dude, for those guys. And I remember when I was at the 2019 World Championships as a as a practice partner and stuff. And I warmed up with Jordan before the second day, Jordan Burroughs. And, you know, it's a weight cut practice and stuff. But I'm like, when I grabbed him, I'm like, oh, crap. Like you're just so much smaller now than what you normally are. Like, you know, when you grab him at summer camp or whatever. So I think with Dake, especially the way that he was moving or lack of moving compared to normal, I think just the 163 pull is just really tough on him.
So who's going to win 74?
I mean, it's pretty much two Russians now, right? Because even the Belarusian or Belarus, whatever the guy is. I mean, Sidikov's the man, right? So it'd be crazy to see him lose to that guy. But that guy's on right now. I'm really excited. I hope Gable Stevenson wins. I've been waking up at 2:15 watching it. It's been a blast, man. Like,
yeah, that guy I think is like what wrestling needs. He's a superstar, that guy.
What the fuck is that guy on, man? He's just like he's got superpowers, dude. He makes it look so easy.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Now, like he said, he might go into WWE, but I would like to see how he does in MMA, right?
I mean, this is what I get it, right? Because he's probably getting offered big contracts already from WWE and stuff. But in my head, I'm like, dude, WWE will be there when you're 33. Like, it's not going anywhere. Like, you can still go become a star in WWE whenever you want, but you're only going to be a crazy freak Olympic champion or an MMA champion for, you know what I mean, your younger years of life, most likely. So I have no fucking say, of course, in this guy's life. And, you know, millions of dollars change a lot of different conversations. But, you know, he's so good. He's so talented. I hope.
Hey, are you in Adam's house right now? What is that in the background?
No, he's in Arizona. He's in Arizona.
Same decorator as your wife uses? What are you guys?
Yeah, pretty much.
We got the same decorators.
The same couch.
Live, laugh, love.
Now, Bryce. What was I gonna say before you just fucked me up with Adam's house? I forgot what it was.
We're still talking Olympic wrestling because this guy is expert, so we need a little bit more.
You're talking about Gable Stevenson.
Yeah, Gable Stevenson. His options to WWE, MMA.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now it seems like everyone always says, "Don't be the best person in the room." I know disrespect to Wyoming. I'm sure they were awesome, but it would be hard for me to believe that you were not the best person in the room. But you made it so far being the best person in the room. So do you think it's okay to be the best guy on the team?
Yeah. I mean, the good thing about wrestling is you always have some coaches that'll whoop your ass. You always have like good assistant coaches that are national champs and return national champs. And then when you're a 141-pound guy, there's a lot of dudes that are one weight class, two weight classes bigger than you that'll whoop your ass, right? Like, you know, that's where it's like funny for like 135-pounders or whatever, MMA and stuff. Like, yeah, talk our shit. Yeah, we're tough. But at the end of the day, we're only 35 pounds. Like, there's some monsters out there that'll.
Listen, I got a couple monsters to fucking for you, bud.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, pal. Like, I know you're a big drink of water, but there are some absolute fucking animals outside of Wyoming, bud.
So you were saying that the older guys, it was the bigger guys would like put a hurting on you kind of or work you good. So that it didn't matter that you were like the best technically at 141, right?
Yeah, for sure. And then, I mean, man, and I'll also say this, college rooms would really surprise you. There's a lot of guys out there that are so good. They just don't know how to do it on the big stage. And like that's like where it's like really sad to see or whatever. But, you know, I'd be wrestling guys and have 1-point matches, almost overtime goes in our practice matches. And then we go out to a tournament, they'd go like 0-2. And I'm like, what the heck happened, bro? Like,
you have like a different level of comfort out there.
Well, Jason, Jason, I'm not trying to insult you at all, but I had heard.
Listen, I have all the insults in my head already that like they're just all percolating.
But I had heard before the Bisping fight, people said that they train with you and train with Bisping, and they were like they would put their house on the fact that you'd win. Like,
yeah, I had a bad night. I had fucking, you know, I was sick or whatever you want to call it. You know,
girl problems. I'm sure.
Oh, I mean. You know, that's minor on the bigger, you know, scale of things.
But do you think that some nights, I mean, do you think you ever fought in a fight as well as you were capable of fighting? Probably the Robbie Lawler fight, right?
Nah, I mean, you know, you always like go back and think I could have done this and that better. You know what I mean? Every fight, if you do that, if you live there, you'll be tortured. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if this guy still worries about losing that fucking NC2A at the damn forum, I mean, garden or whatever. You know what I mean? Like he's not gonna have a good MMA career. You know, because he leave that shit in the past.
You know what though, man? I honestly like David Taylor just won the gold medal, right?
Wow,
I remember watching David Taylor get pinned by Bubba Jenkins.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like Bubba Jenkins, basically, if you don't know the story, Bill, so Bubba was the senior, Taylor was the Penn State freshman. They kicked Bubba off the team for a bunch of things. Then he went to ASU for a year, came back, pinned David Taylor in the NCAA finals with a cradle, which was like Taylor basically. Now Bubba's fighting for $1 million in a couple weeks in the PFL, and Taylor just won the gold medal in the Olympics. So had he not got pinned by Bubba Jenkins, who knows? You know, I mean, who knows what would happen?
Wild ride.
You know,
I mean, you never know the consequences of good fortune. You never know the consequences of bad fortune, baby. And that's
live, laugh, love.
Yeah, that's the truth.
I have a question for Mayhem and Bryce. Maybe you two, Adam. But like, I've never been punched in the face, and that's not an invitation, Mayhem. But I think that's the reason why a lot of people don't go into MMA from things like wrestling, because the idea of being punched in the face by someone with bad intentions is pretty scary if it's never happened to you. Was that the first time you got punched in the face like that? Or were you like a bar brawler? Does that happen in sparring? Like, is that something that you're used to?
So, I mean, yeah. I mean, in sparring, I feel like you get hit a good amount, especially at first, because what I always talk about is like your eyes, you're not that good at seeing punches, right? Nah. So, like, I remember when I first started sparring, I would leave every day, especially because, one, I don't know how to control myself in sparring. So I'd get in some, I'd start biting down and getting some fights with people. And then, two, my eyes, I just wouldn't see shit. So, like, I'd go home and I'm like, damn, I got my bell rung today. And then every month you just get a little bit better. You start seeing things a little bit easier and stuff like that.
You have huge eyebrows. You think maybe it's those thick eyebrows?
Yeah, man.
That might be getting in the way.
It's the natural eye black. So I don't even have to have sunglasses on, bro.
Man, I'm going to get magic marker on my gloves.
I mean, you must have got every hot chick in Wyoming. I mean, because you were like the poster boy for the school. I mean, was it like The Bachelor? They line up? Like,
hey, man, 30 girls. Yeah. Nah, man, you know how it is, bro.
No, I don't. I don't know.
No, you don't know how it is? You never come off a show. You never come off your.
I do, but I was never the number one guy in the college. Like, you were the number one stud in the college. You were like the only successful thing about the college.
Hey, you know what? The thing that I think always keeps me the most humble is I'm 5'8". Girls don't like guys that are 5'8", bro. so you get a lot of girls, but it's no. Yeah,
on Tinder they're swiping left.
How did you pick up this other one? You were her like trainer, right, or something?
No. I just slid in her DMs at one point. Said, "Hey, I freaking like you. We should go on a date."
Old school. I love that.
Yeah, I just hit her up. Well, actually, the first time I hit her up, she had a boyfriend, and then so she didn't hit me back. And then I waited, and then I found out that she didn't have a boyfriend again. And then I re-hit her up, and then she accepted the date. So that's kind of another reason why she was a good one. I knew that she wasn't.
What did you say your girlfriend's DMs were?
Right?
You know how you know a girl's single again on Instagram? They post an inspirational quote for a post, and they're she's single again.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, I mean,
this is the way. Yeah, this is the way that you slide in the DMs. Yeah. You just wait till they post a cool story of their dog or a story of them doing something, and then you just swipe up on the story, and then you're in.
Swipe up. What's up, baby? You walking your dog? You want a dog walk with me?
Walk this dog.
Oh my God! Listen, you're gonna break up with your girlfriend if you keep
Jason, when you were away for a little
swinging bit, man.
Jason, when you were away for a little bit, you must have had a lot. You said you had a lot of girls that were hitting you up in jail. Right? Like,
yeah, of course. Like, there's support crew. You know what I mean? I have Mayhem monkeys all over the world. You know what I mean?
But you said
I know where you're going to get at. You're going to be mean right now. Are you going to say because one of those ladies was little on the plus size, you're going to fat shame that lady?
I'm not.
I'm going to stop you right now. That's not even cool, bud.
But they're like TV shows.
You got a thyroid disorder, all right? Maybe you don't know her health history, okay?
I'm not fat shaming her. I'm not fat shaming her. But I hear you, man. So did you write them back or no?
Yeah, I wrote. Nah. I mean, I didn't write anybody back. I knew I was going to be home eventually.
Right. Yeah.
Or I was going to be in there forever. So then I'll write you back then. You know what I mean?
I got you. So, all right. So some MMA news. And now, Bryce, do you have to go?
Yeah, go. You got about 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So back to you. Now you're at wrestling camps every single week.
Fucking too much. I got 2 more and then I'm done. And then it's back to just straight grinding. I mean, the wrestling clinics are amazing, man. You make good money off them. I really do enjoy being around the kids and stuff, but it's just being away from training. It's just, I mean, you train, but not really, right? Like, you need to be in the gym twice a day with killers. So, in one breath, it's a blessing because, you know, it's not like I'm making enough money on fighting right now to live. So my clinics allow me to have a good life.
Yeah.
Well, what's next, bud? What's next anyway? That's the big question. Like, what are they going to do?
Yeah, so I think either late September or early October I'm going to fight. I think Bellator's coming here in October, and I think I could fight on, you know, kind of like the prelim Bellator. So, like, you're not in a Bellator contract, but I think I could maybe get on one of those cards because I was going to do one on August 20th up in South Dakota. But I'm not 100% sure. You know how it is when you first start fighting too. Like, it's really hard to find opponents that are
be in shape and get, you know what I mean? Be in shape, ready to jump in. You know, that's the stage of your career you're at. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you can just shine, bud.
Well, thank you.
No, he's doing it really smart because there's a buzz about you, but not a huge buzz. Like, not like everybody's covering your fights like they were Kayla Harrison or the what's her name, the Clarissa Shields, or
it's coming.
Even what's his name, the other kid, Aaron Pico.
Yeah, like, Pico. That's what I was thinking.
You're kind of doing it right.
Yeah.
Eventually, they're gonna figure out you're doing it. But you're doing it smart. So, you know.
I mean, that's a testament to like management and stuff too. Management and coaches. Like some of those people that get thrown to like the wolves so quickly that have never been in an MMA fight, like Pico. Never been in a freaking MMA fight outside of like maybe when he was a little kid, and he's, you know, going on sold out Madison Square Garden. Like, it's a pretty tough guy. Like, I don't think that's smart by any means. Like, it's a different sport. No matter how good you are in sparring, no matter how good you are in practice, like, you got to go out there and get locked in a cage. And like you guys said, you got to get punched by somebody that's throwing with bad intentions. And you get to learn stuff about yourself in that moment.
Flashbacks, bud. Giving me flashbacks. All right. Hey, man, you're the man, bro. We fucking love you, dude.
No, we love you too.
Your career so much, dude.
Bryce, thank you, man. Really Thanks for everything. Next time I'm in Arizona, I'll hit you up. If you're in LA, hit me up.
Absolutely. Let's do it again soon, man.
Thank you.
Good luck with the pilot as well.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah, of course. It was funny. Later, guys.
Oh, thank you.
Nice talking with you guys.
God bless you, man.
That was Bryce Meredith, stud.
Oh, that guy is a stud. Like, man, he's all around. I was trying to see if he was stupid, and he's not. You know?
No. Bill, what are your thoughts about Bryce?
I think, man, that is like the best life. Mid-20s, hottest girlfriend, skydiving, snowboarding. Fucking, dude, what's better than that?
Look, I thought the chick was trying to be Instagram model, bro. Like, you didn't even put out her name. Like, he was trying to put it out.
Yeah, he wanted you to put it out.
Did he? I actually forgot her name.
God damn it. Of course you did.
I have to look it up. Yeah. I'm not sure if I said Bryce Mitchell in the beginning. Did I say Bryce Meredith, Bryce Mitchell? I have to go back and like fucking edit this.
Just put your voice, like put your mouth moving differently and just be like, Meredith.
I'll just, anyway, so Dana White said he will not require fighters to be vaccinated because that was a question. He said he will not. And you know what? I'm kind of with Dana on that. I understand, you know, there's a pandemic, but look, it's people's choice. You know, I don't think people should be required.
It's way worse if you don't have the if you catch COVID and you didn't have it's way worse.
Right.
I see you lose their taste and shit and vomit and throw up.
Right, but I don't think people should be forced to do it, though. Do you?
I mean, I think it's fucking the smartest thing, yeah. I mean, like, all my family doesn't want to do it. I get it. I get why they don't want to do it. But, like, I don't know. I've seen people get COVID who've had the vaccine and just be like, and like, fine. I've seen people with no vaccine have COVID and be like, Mayhem, make sure my kids get this letter. And then the cops take the letter and throw it away. And I feel bad. You know what I mean?
Bill, thoughts?
Well, the thing that no one talks about is what if you had COVID and you have antibodies? Like I think if you have COVID, you have antibodies, and you get an antibody test, that should be as valid as a vaccine, at least while you have antibodies.
Oh, wow. That's an interesting perspective. I like that. That seems pretty cool.
Look, if people want to not put a vaccine in their body, I for whatever reason, even if obviously, which like Mayhem said, even if it's stupid, it's their choice. So I'm kind of with Dana on that. As much as I have been vaccinated,
But what about fighters who won't fight an unvaccinated fighter?
Well,
ooh, asking the hard-hitting questions. This is Bill Dawes.
I'm not really sure if fighters I'm not really sure we've come into that situation yet. But you're right. Now, also Jake Paul said on, Dana White.
Jake Paul.
Yeah, well, Dana White on the Jake Paul situation, he says, I don't hate the kid. Is he fucking annoying? Yeah, he's annoying. He's out there trying to make that money, but his shelf life is very fucking short. He goes, listen, I never said never, but I doubted about him working together. It's not what I do. There's a market for that. He could fight a different type of celebrity every week. There's going to be a segment on the population that wants to pay for that. But it's not what I do. I put the best against the best. The media really isn't following him as much as they did in the beginning. The shtick's getting old. I think for him in the media, he's going to have to fight somebody. But tired of the shtick. Hey, it's me. I weigh 190 pounds. And I want to fight these guys that weigh 170, 155, and they're wrestling. And they're 40 fucking years old and haven't want to fight in 3 fucking years. If he wants to take it seriously by the real media, he needs to fight a real fight.
So you want to throw him to the wolves immediately. Hey, man, get in there with Diaz.
But at least fight a guy that boxes full time or that's a boxer.
Get in there, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Or anybody that boxes. Could we just have him fight an actual professional boxer?
Get in there, Riddick Bowe.
Yeah, I would love to see him versus Riddick. Well, what if he beats Riddick Bowe?
Oh!
Yeah.
He may be the best in the world.
Boxer who's not 60. All right.
Yeah.
But if Dana says it's fine, he's getting money, if he keeps getting fights that generate money, who gives a shit if they're a professional boxer? Next time it'll be like, whatever, some weird has-been from the 90s, or it doesn't matter.
Money!
I think it's $50 to watch him versus Woodley. And I don't think people are going to pay $50. I think everyone's going to stream it.
There'll be a good test. There'll be good tests.
I don't think people are paying $50 to watch that. I mean,
man, those streams be cracking.
Yeah, they did. I don't know. I mean, the undercard, it doesn't have any like Ocho Cinco on it or something, or some weird rapper. It doesn't have kids.
Ocho Cinco did pretty good. That shit was exciting. Ocho Cinco looked pretty sharp. He looked like he'd been boxing for a little bit.
He lost, but he did good. You're right.
No, that's what I mean. Like, fucking, he at least, like, looked like he knew, a jab from the hook.
So now Sean Strickland is supposed to fight Luke Rockhold in New York, November 6th. They're going at it back and forth. I guess after Sean Strickland beat Uriah Hall, Sean said he wants to kill someone in the octagon, that he's a psychopath. Talked about masturbating. This is all, like, in, like, the post-fight press conference.
Sean Strickland, huh?
According to Luke Rockhold, he goes, who the fuck is Sean Strickland? And then Sean got very offended by that. He goes, I'm going to see you in the fucking parking lot. I'm going to walk by you and smack you in the fucking face. You seem like the kind of pussy that runs his fucking mouth and gets hit and calls the cops. You're such a smug, cocky motherfucker.
Wait, this is Luke Rockhold being all gangster like this? Like Wayne Brady.
No, this is Strickland.
Oh, okay. Strickland is gangster as fuck then. Damn.
You're a smug, cocky motherfucker. I'll probably take a misdemeanor charge just to smack you and watch your fucking head bounce off the ground. So, again, we don't got to fight.
Wait, this is a long-ass tweet.
He put that in his Instagram.
That movie Zola.
He goes,
Instagram is the new, like, write a book.
He goes, we don't got to fight, but don't fucking run your mouth because I'm going to see you again. I'm going to smack you in the fucking face.
Now, okay, if I were to like, pantomime this guy sending that text, how do you think I would be? Would I be like this? Like,
no.
No, I think I would be like, this guy had a T-Mobile sidekick was fucking.
Yeah.
Fucking hammering his thumb. How is the typos in that, by the way?
What's in that book, by the way, Mayhem? What do you have in that book?
Oh, this is my goat skin book. I have some very important, it's not goat skin. It's like otter skin. I don't know. PETA would definitely be charging me with something. You know what I mean? But it has like, some insane handwriting.
Well, this guy who I know is funny. He actually wrote PETA. He goes, I just saw a pit bull get choked out and beat up by his owner. And PETA responded and go, where? And they posted AJ tapping out.
oh, Loki? Oh, really?
Yeah.
That dog's so pretty, man.
All right. So who do we like, Strickland or Rockhold in this fight?
Are we talking fight? Are we talking in the parking lot?
No.
Strickland all day. I think Luke Rockhold going to get caught out of fucking. He's be talking to a hot chick right across his truck. He's going to be like, and Strickland just going to show up out of nowhere, poof, and like, bah, slap right in the face, right? Luke doesn't even know what happened, right? He spilled half his chili cheese dog on the floor, right? I don't know. Strickland's got this. As long as you knock the guy's burrito on the floor, then, you know what I mean, you won.
I actually got Luke pretty good because he was at a party at the Tyson Ranch, and I got invited to watch Tyson fight Roy Jones, and they were giving COVID tests as you walk in. Like, you couldn't get in without a COVID test. And so I go and I see Luke Rockhold standing there, and I'm like, oh, they got you valet parking now? And he got so fucking mad.
I mean, he was in the COVID line, man. That the Q-tip knocked him out, didn't it?
He was laughing. He was laughing. It did not knock him out. So
I think when you're a UFC fighter, you become a Ralph Lauren model.
Yeah,
he's so pretty handsome, though. I mean, I'm a fucking big fan. I think that he's like the most handsome dude in MMA next to me.
Against Alan Jabon.
Yeah, you're right. Second best.
Fedor is now fighting Tim Johnson. Tim Johnson, we have on the podcast all the time. He's the guy that's the farmer.
What? Yeah. Awesome. You're joking.
No.
Big old Timmy is fighting Fedor?
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting pumped for that one, bro. I might, I have to join the National Guard for this fight.
So I think that's a bad fight for Fedor, to be honest. I thought they would. I don't know why they didn't give him Josh Barnett, two guys that are like,
What promotion? What promotion is it on, Adam?
Bellator.
Nice. They're coming with the heat now, huh? Bellator is trying to do something. That's cool. That's weird.
They're giving him a fucking monster, though. I mean.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean that's what you get when you're Fedor.
I don't know, man.
You want him to fight chumps, the Emperor,
or Diego Sanchez or something, So, all right, MMA this week. The fights this Saturday night. The heavyweight fight. It's the heavyweight fight. It's Cyril Gane. I think he's a Gane.
Man, yeah, this is a great fight. Yeah.
Against the Black Beast.
Man.
This is for the heavyweight championship for the interim belt, which is crazy. They also, according to Dana, by the way, said that Stipe Miocic and John has signed the contract to fight John Jones. So, yeah. But let's talk about Derek Lewis, Cyril Gane. I think Cyril Gane's gonna win. I think Derek Lewis obviously has that one punch power, can put anybody out. But I don't see Cyril Gane shooting on him. I think he's gonna stay away and outpoint him the whole fight. No? Mayhem, what's gonna happen?
The Beast is going to fucking throw a goddamn monkey wrench in those plans right there. He's going to go ham, bro. He's going to push this guy farther than he ever been pushed because he's going to go hard in the paint, bro. Like, he's not coming out like, what you were saying. No. In round 2 or 3, he's going to fucking go ballistic.
But his cardio is not great. I mean,
I know, but he's been working on it, I'm sure. I know he just is not like laying around the house feeding his baby mama, all right? This guy is fucking doing it, you know what I mean? He's in the gym, bro. There's no way he's not. This is the biggest fight he ever had, bro. And he's on an upward
title. Cormier for the title.
No, but this is a different time, bro. This is a different time. That Cormier fight was different beast. He's really, man, I'm a big fan.
By the way, Adam, I feel like every time he fights, you always bet against him, and he always wins.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. Are you trolling?
He's always losing.
Right now?
He's losing the fight.
Sometimes he loses. Sometimes he loses. But listen, you think Cyril's going to out-kickbox him?
Yes.
That's what you're thinking?
Yes.
Oh, bro, there's a cage there. He's going to use it. He's going to fucking hammer him into that cage. That guy is not sexy kickboxing savant running away.
The other guy was lighting him up, and then he just got caught going in for like a double. The last guy he fought, what's his name? know what I'm talking about?
Right.
The guy from Colorado, the black guy.
Make it a convincing argument here. No.
What's his name? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Curtis Blades.
Yeah.
Made him like quit in the first round. He was like kind of running away, sort of.
Well, it's a different style. It's a different style. You know what I mean? Like this guy didn't have the size and didn't have the, he got dumped and then that was a different one. Before
that, he beat Alexei Olnik, who's like 90 years old.
Yeah.
He beat Alir Latifi, who's like a blown up 205er. He beat Blagov Ivanov in 2019. He beat Dos Santos. He lost to Dos Santos. He lost Daniel Cormier. He beat Ngannou. That was a fucking terrible fight. He lost to Mark Hunt. He got knocked out by Mark Hunt. I guess he was eating ribs for the fight, like legitimately eating ribs, and had like every time he's ever stepped up, he loses. The other guy's undefeated, but the 9-0. But I think as a kickboxer, he was like a phenomenal kickboxer.
Underdog.
I don't know. Underdog is Derek Lewis.
So I'm going with underdog on this one. Yeah.
All right. And then Aldo is fighting Pedro Munoz. Chiesa is fighting Vicente Luque. That's going to be a fucking fight and a half. Tisha Torres versus Angela Hill.
Oh, really? All right.
Casey Kenny versus Song Yadong, also a good fight. Bobby Green, who just talks shit the whole time.
Bobby Green
is fighting Rafael Fabaez. Vince Morales, good fight, fighting Draco. Alonzo Menefield, former college football player. Ed Herman, short fuse. Carolina Kowalczyk is fighting Jessica Penne.
Oh, wow.
Manel Kape, who they were saying is like the next big thing, came over from Ryzen, is fighting Odie Osborne. And then there's like 4, 8. There's like 16 fights on this fucking card.
Wow. Yeah, that's going to be all day of fighting. What day is this?
Saturday.
Easter weekend?
Saturday.
Christ. Fucking 3 days later, I'll be rising from my grave. 18 fights, 16 fights.
Oh, a lot of fights. And then that's on Saturday. On Friday night, like I said, on Titan FC, Nate Marquardt is back.
Wow.
He's fighting
interesting
Michael Cora, who's 5-5.
All right. Well, that's wild. I want to see that. I hope Marquardt's doing good, man. He's a fucking monster, that guy.
Yeah.
He always was, figure out a way to win, that guy.
And then Bobby Nash from Michigan, who I like a lot. Darren Krushank's fighting on Thursday night too. On Friday night also in the XFC. Krushank's fighting. Bobby Nash is fighting. There's some good fights coming up. That's on. So yeah, let's.
If I could watch like 3% of those. Then we'll have something.
By the way, Mayhem. So obviously, Mayhem is dating Camilla Cleese. I kind of set you guys up.
Bro,
really?
Bro, I'm so I'm so gay for my girlfriend right now.
Dude,
she's so awesome.
How long are you dating Camilla? She's a good friend of mine. Yeah.
Man, I don't know. Too long.
Don't say you don't know because I wasn't going to bring it up throughout the podcast.
A couple years.
I was never going to bring it up. But yesterday, you posted on Instagram, I love this woman.
I love her.
Then,
that's all I said. I love her.
You said, I love her.
I felt good, yeah. It felt good to tweet that. I mean, message that. I think people were like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
People thought you got hacked.
Oh, yeah?
No, I'm kidding. But it was very sweet. It was.
I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. I think that's amazing.
A progression.
Yeah.
It was nice, man. It was a nice side. But what did you do before that to get her so upset you had to post that?
I'm sure something. I don't know. Made a salad wrong? I don't know, bro. This
is the kind of shit. So, Bill, I'm taking my kid to Universal Studios, and then they call, and they're having some argument over whether or not Mayhem should wear sunglasses during a job interview. And I'm like, well, if they're interviewing Mayhem at this point.
I know. I'm like, come on. No sunglasses indoors? What the fuck? Every black dude would not be cool.
So then they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm taking my kid to Universal. And Camilla's like, can you take mine too?
I ran by Universal the other day on my jog around the damn city. I ran up that hill. Oh my God, it's fucking brutal.
So anyway, I'm happy for you, man. Happy for you. The Mayhem, Lifetime movie Mayhem, basically. This is
I love it. Yeah, this is the softer side of Mayhem. Gayhem, as it were. The effeminate. I'm gardening now. Hello, everyone. I'm gardening from my rooftop. Are you guys ready to see my flowers?
All right, this is good.
I love this show, bro. Are we done with this motherfucker?
Yeah, we're done.
I miss you guys and love you, and I'll see you guys soon on the next episode of MMA Roasted.
Take care, guys. Be good.